I wanted to create the ultimate date night, full-time mom, and I wanted to do something really special.
That is not Sylvester Stallone, but it is a New York firefighter named Jason, who last Friday took his wife Roxanne to Rocky Date Night at an ice rink in Philadelphia, an event honoring Rocky and Adrian's first date from the first Rocky film that was part of the city's Rocky Fest activities, which celebrated the 48th anniversary of the egg-guzzling boxer.
I wanted to do something because we are the biggest Rocky fans, I think, ever. I mean, just look at us. We put a lot of emphasis on the detail, just a little bit. And I think you absolutely look amazing.
I couldn't believe it. This is like my dream date.
Among those who agreed this dream date couple looked amazing were those involved in a Rocky and Adrian lookalike contest, as Jason and Roxanne beat competitors like these children to win dinner, a hotel stay, and some other stuff as the rockiest couple out there on the ice. And even though objectively this Rocky kind of looks more like The Rock than Rocky, you don't have to resemble Michael Cera, Zach Braff, or the guy from Coldplay to notice that lookalike contests are having a bit of a moment right now. On Monday, Men's Health called lookalike contests the most 2024 trend ever. Sorry, Grandpa Core. And it's a recent frenzy that was kicked off by that viral Timothée Chalamet lookalike contest from back in October, which Timothée Chalamet himself appeared at, but didn't win, and featured all sorts of competitors equipped with a high degree of Inception-level logic.
And, you know, if Timothée Chalamet looks like Bob Dylan and I look like Bob Dylan, then by default, I look like Timothée Chalamet.
But it's not just visions of the Lasan El Gaib that's driving doppelgangers to the nearest scuba store or haberdasher. In the last several weeks, we've seen everything from a Harry Styles lookalike contest in London, to a Zendaya lookalike contest in California, to multiple Jeremy Allen White lookalike contests in Chicago and New York. There have actually been so many of these things, 2024 lookalike contests now have their own Wikipedia entry, where I learned about others from recent days for the head coach of the Detroit Lions, John F. Kennedy's grandson, and John F. Kennedy himself, where competitors made their way to Boston Common to win a $50 cash prize. And some later observed in the comments of these event photos posted to the Massachusetts subreddit, not a single one of these men looks like JFK. I mean, seriously, it's just dudes wearing suits. Not even close. According to biology, people have occasionally resembled other people for quite some time now, and contests to honor these pop culture occurrences have actually been held here and there for more than a century. CNN, for instance, went back to Charlie Chaplin Jr.'s biography, ranked number 4,179,417 on the Amazon bestseller list, but who's counting, to find that Jr.'s famous dad entered himself into a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and came in third place at some point around 1920. Here's a photo of the winner of a 1979 Dolly Parton lookalike contest, and wow, if you think she's beautiful, here's a photo of Larry Hagman next to the winner of a J.R. Ewing lookalike contest in 1980. You know, Larry Hagman, the guy from Flip Out? If that's not obscure enough, for the past several decades, as we've told you before here in your daily news refresh, please subscribe, members of the Hemingway Lookalike Society have long been flocking to Key West, Florida to take part in the annual Ernest Hemingway Lookalike Contest, the 43rd of which was held back in July and featured this gentle parade of old men on wooden sawhorses. Now, what exactly is the specific draw of these contests? Aside from getting a chance to watch Grandpa take part in a casual saunter, or as Bill Belichick's girlfriend might consider it, a chance to scope out the talent. Well, beyond a trophy, some light recognition, and a handsome yet meager cash prize, NPR recently talked to a communications professor at Oakland University who specializes in celebrity and audience culture, who observed that in this 2024 era of brain rot, people these days are searching for connection and real-life experiences. Not to mention that if your friends think you look like an icon of attractiveness, maybe that proves that you're attractive. Across the pond, a journalist who organized a Harry Styles lookalike contest told the BBC that people need to have some fun after all the dreary news we're having. And indeed, YouTube guy Anthony Poe, who was behind the Chalamet contest, told Men's Health that he simply thinks the world could use more goofy things for free. Speaking of, please subscribe. Now, of course, both goofy and free have their own shelf lives. It's not clear how many $500 cash prizes plus a bag of onions we as a nation have left in us for the next Shrek lookalike contest like the recent one in LA. Not to mention the United Healthcare CEO murder suspect lookalike contest held last Saturday in New York City that falls a bit more on the sinister end of the goofy scale. And while it might be easy to believe that this 2024 trend might start to wane once your realtor drops off next year's calendar magnet, remember that those Charlie Chaplin lookalike contests were held around 100 years ago. So at least for the time being, keep watching At The News Refresh here on YouTube, as come 2124, we'll be sharing the results of the Barron Trump Jr. lookalike contest straight from the canals of Manhattan.